Hi, it's Charlotte. Hats off to the older children. This Encounter Faith lesson is for children in about grades 4 through a senior in high school. Hats off to you. Why do you think I'm dressed like this? What am I wearing, you might be asking? I've got all kinds of trash all over me. And I even have a big, huge pocket, which used to be a bag of chips. It's got my yogurt containers from the week. Let's see what else I've got in there. Oh, just some random plastic. There's a straw in here and a plastic fork. Unfortunately, Tony and I, my husband and I, ate out a couple times this week because it was his birthday, and I bought him a birthday cake, and I'm gonna reuse the tray it came on, but I've got to use this thing as a lousy hat. So, are we ready for week 3 of Encounter Faith, Caring for Creation, or Creation Care Encounter Faith? Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, the reason I'm dressed like this is I'm taking part in the plastic challenge that some of our Epiphany members are participating in. This is all my trash, including this Dewey's bag, which is my beautiful, lovely purse, that I collected from last Sunday through today, which is Friday. I'm filming early. So, I am a member of the Caring for Creation team at Epiphany. Did you know that? Well, that's why I'm dressed up this silly way, bringing you our regular Encounter Faith Creation Care Sunday School or Encounter Faith lesson. Let's see if I can keep this hat on. All right, so we are going to read from 1 Corinthians verses 13, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8a as an apple. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not delight in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never fails. So I'm going to read out some questions, but I'm also going to put those questions in the discussion portion below this YouTube video. There'll be a title, and then there's either further information or discussion below that. So our questions for this week are, what about nature reflects God's patience? What can the earth teach us about patience? How do we show kindness to the earth? By not putting our groceries and our takeaway food in so much plastic. That would be one of my suggestions. When it comes to loving nature, what might it mean to not insist on our own way? Is that easy to do? Yeah, so if Tony and I went to a restaurant and we wanted to take our own food home with us, we would have to bring our own container, and then there's probably rules and regulations that wouldn't allow the restaurant to put our leftover food in our personal containers. So what do? You don't want to waste, I don't want to waste food either. How could that become more of a possibility? Not insisting on our own ways and helping to love nature. We can remember to bring reusable bags to all stores, not just grocery stores. Can loving nature make us less irritable or resentful? It might make us more irritable and resentful because we have to think ahead more, and that's hard to do when our lives are so fast-paced. Do people ever rejoice in doing wrong to the earth? You think the people that made all these plastic objects are rejoicing with large paychecks? Oh, I'm losing my stole. Hang on. Okay. All right. Got it back. Let me don my cap again. Is it ever tempting for you to rejoice in doing wrong to the earth? I don't like to destroy nature or be cruel to animals, but I guess with all this plastic, I'm not being very nice to the earth, am I? What are some ways we rejoice in wrongdoing? I sure enjoyed the cheesecake that was under this plastic dome. I don't know if I rejoice in the actual wrongdoing, but I sure enjoyed that cheesecake. Sorry, it's a little windy out here. What truths about the earth and our relationship with the earth make you rejoice? There are lots of renewable resources like the sun and the wind and geothermal energy and hydropower. Do you know what that is? Water power. Sorry, I lost my hat again. Okay, let's see what's on the next page. What are some ways we can rejoice in the truth? How can we bear, believe, hope, endure for the future of creation? What might we have to bear in our love for the earth? What might we need to believe in our love for the earth? What might we have to hope for? What might we have to endure in our love, responsibility, and caring for the earth? So if you're wearing a hat like I was, I'm not anymore. Excuse me, pollen, I'm not anymore. I'm taking it off. So please join me in a prayer. Forgiving God, we have not lived out our responsibility to be faithful stewards of creation. For this, we seek your pardon. Our overconsumption has impacted the poorest members of our human family most of all. For this, we ask your mercy. Our actions have endangered both the lives of our children today as well as those yet to be born. For this, we seek your forgiveness. Living God, as we meet you in nature, inspire us to see anew our place in the web of life. In our daily lives, help us to make daily choices that reflect global solidarity. As we reflect on the teaching of our faith, equip us to advocate for laws and policies that reflect, that reflect your call to faithful stewardship of our beautiful earth, which we call home. Amen. I'll see you next week for the last Creation Care Encounter Faith lesson. Bye.